Julia.
Hi.
I'm Julia.
I'm Jessica Johnson. Nice to meet you. I'm a social worker here at the University Counseling Center.
Okay.
If you want to have a seat there. Did you get to look over all of our paperwork?
Yeah, I did when I was waiting in the office.
Okay. Did you have any questions or concerns surrounding confidentiality or university policies or procedures?
Can you tell anyone about like what I say? Like, are you gonna tell my parents, or like how does that work?
Okay, well, we're going to go over confidentiality. Those are some of the things that we'll go over today. That is a good question. Confidentiality, what we talk about here, stays between us, unless, of course, there would be a concern about you being a risk to yourself or to others. Another place that I might disclose some of the information that we talk about is in consultation and supervision with my boss, and we have like a group or a multidisciplinary team that would maybe discuss your case.
Okay.
So, do you have any questions about that?
No, that makes sense.
Okay. Well, what brings you in today? Oh, and before we get started, I might write some things down just to make sure that I'm capturing everything correctly. And if I say something that's incorrect, I want you to correct me.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay, so what brings you in today?
Okay, so like this past weekend, my boyfriend left Keeneland and he was drunk and he got pulled over and got a DUI. So then I went to bail him out, and when we did, like, he got mad, I guess, and he had to like wait 3 hours, so we left. And when we came back, he like ran away, I guess, and like he wasn't there. So when we like eventually found him, I was mad, and like I know I shouldn't have done it, but like I slapped him in the face, and then like when I slapped him, he like put his arm out and like knocked me over, and like I kind of like fell down, and like my leg was bleeding, and like I don't know, like this normally isn't what he's like, and I don't know if it's just because he was drunk, but he's just kind of been really aggressive lately, and that kind of scared me. I don't really know what to do from here.
Okay. Well, can you tell me a little bit about how long you guys have been together and what your
Yeah.
relationship has kind of consisted of up to this point?
It's been like on and off 2 years. We kind of like have trust issues. Like I've like definitely gone through his phone and like found things, and he's like gone through mine, and we've like kind of, no one's ever really cheated, but we've just kind of been, I don't know, we just never trust each other, and things have happened, and we've like broken up and then got back together, and it's kind of just been a bad cycle the past like 2 years.
So what have past relationships been like for you, say within your family or other intimate relationships?
I like dated a lot of people in high school. Just kind of, I definitely think I like am one of those girls that like needs someone. Like I don't know if it's because like my dad and my mom don't have the best relationship. He's very like controlling and has like kind of has like an alcoholic problem. He like drinks a lot, and he'll kind of get mad at like my mom and I, and he's like never like hit us, but he's just been like verbally abusive. So I don't know if it's something like that or like that type of thing. If I'm just like looking, like if people always say like you look for like the man that your dad is, so I don't know if like that's why I'm like more into those type of guys, even though like I know they're like not the best for me, that type of thing. I don't know, but other than that, that's really all I have for.
Okay. Is this the first time that anything like this has happened between you and your boyfriend?
Yeah, I mean that was like the first time he's really been like physically aggressive, but like we've definitely gotten to like verbal fights, and like I don't really bring him around my friends just because I know they don't really like him and they don't understand our relationship, because like there are really good times, but then there's like really bad times, so I kind of just like keep to myself and don't really tell anyone when we are fighting or like we have problems.
Well, can you tell me about some of the good times?
Yeah, like I mean we're the same religion, so like we go to church every Sunday with each other, and like I think we have the same values, and like we want the same things for ourselves, and I really like admire that, and like we have a lot of fun together, but then I just think there's like some issues too, so like I want to like think about the good and focus on that, but then I'm also kind of just worried of where this relationship is going, I guess.
Sure. Well, what about the not so good times?
Yeah, it's just, I feel like we just don't trust each other, and I don't know if that's just something from like my past or his past, but I just feel like I'm always assuming that he's doing something wrong, and like a lot of times I have caught him in like not really cheating, but just like pictures of other girls on his phone and things like that, just like him texting other girls, and like I know I've like been texting past boyfriends while I'm still like dating him and things like that. Like I just think we're not on the same page always, I guess. Even though like we both want to be together, we like are not always like committed to each other.
Sure. How long have you guys been together?
It was like my freshman year I met him, and then we like dated on and off, and then like this year we've dated on and off, and now this is about like our 3rd year, I guess.
Okay. So you guys are in
We're juniors in college.
here
Mm-hmm.
at the university. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is it sounds like there was an incident over the weekend where he may have been under the influence of alcohol.
Yeah.
Okay. And he got arrested for a DUI, and you went to bail him out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he may have left, it sounds like, the jail, and you got upset about that?
Yeah.
And did I hear you say that you slapped him?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And there was like other people there too. We were just kind of like driving around looking for him, and then when we found him, I was just like really angry, and I guess I just didn't. I know that was wrong, and I didn't like handle myself the correct way, but like I did slap him in the face one time, and then he like, I guess, blocked my like hand, and like it knocked me over, and like I kind of fell over. So it was kind of scary. But like everyone, well, that was the thing. So then I kind of thought it was like he was like pushing me, but then when I talked to people like the next day, everyone said that like that wasn't the case, that it was just him like moving me away, like he wasn't actually hitting me. So I don't know if that was like what I saw, or like if that actually happened, or like what, but like I just don't, like I just felt uncomfortable with what happened that day.
So you had an injury though. You said your leg was bleeding?
Yeah, like
okay.
I scraped my knee.
Were the police contacted, or did you have to go have medical treatment?
No, I just kind of dealt with it on my own.
Okay. Okay, so were you drinking?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. And but he was?
Yeah.
Okay.
He definitely was.
So, is drinking usually an issue? It's not?
I don't know. We can cut this out.
Oh man, we were doing so good.
Yeah. I don't know it turned off. Or you cut that off?
Okay. Sorry. That's okay.
It just locked on me.
Okay. So, is drinking usually an issue when?
Yeah, he like definitely seems to become a different person when he drinks. He gets very angry and like almost like a, like, I don't know, like a steroid like rage. Like he just is very angry and wants to fight people, and like if like we'll be at a bar and if like a guy will like look at me the wrong way, then like he wants to fight him, like things like that. That like he just gets mad kind of for no reason.
Are there concerns about any other substances, like possibly steroids or something else of that nature?
I don't think so. I just think he like doesn't know like how to deal with his anger, and like I think he like lets it build up or something like that. Like he just like wants to take out anger on random people for like, even though like they really aren't probably doing anything, he just like gets mad, and I don't really get why.
So is he angry even when he's sober?
Yeah, he can't. Like, I just think he gets irritated very easily. Like, I don't really know. Like, we'll just, like, be having fun at one point, and then I feel like he gets, like, annoyed and, like, mad, and then he, like, shuts himself off. And then, like, when we are, like, out drinking, then, like, that's when there's, like, more serious problems, I guess.
Okay. So tell me a little bit, what do you know about his family life?
I mean, he lives, like, in a pretty, like, stable home that I, like, am aware of. Like, I've met them before, and, like, he has a younger sister and an older sister, and they're all, like, they seem like he has good relationships with them. He has good relationships with his parents. So, like, that's, like, why I'm confused, like, where this would be coming from. Like, he seems like he comes from a good home, and, like, he's very into, like, his faith, which I would think that would, like, make us stronger because we are the same faith. But then I feel like outside of that, he just, like, has these problems, which I don't really understand where they're coming from, I guess.
Sure. Has anybody talked to him about, like, is his drinking affecting any other relationships with school or other friendships?
Not that I think of, and I think that's also, like, part of maybe why he's friends with certain people, because, like, they go out and have fun and drink all the time, and I think that's kind of what their relationship is more about versus, like, a real friendship. So I don't know if that's why it doesn't really affect any other friendships, and this is more, like, of a deeper friendship, so then we have more problems when it comes to, like, having actual conversations versus, like, just hanging out at a bar type of thing.
Sure.
But I feel like it's just, like, his main, like, anger is, like, towards me when he is mad.
But mostly when he's drinking.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys talked about that?
Not really. Like, I try not, like, we'll talk about it, but then I feel like he always somehow, like, turns it to either it's my fault or that, like, I had a misunderstanding. Like, it's usually, like, we, like, talk about it, but it always gets resolved in a way.
Sure. Sure. Okay. Well, how do you feel about talking to him about this situation, this most recent situation?
Yeah.
Have you guys talked about it?
I mean, we have, and that's the thing. He's always like very apologetic. Like the last time we broke up, I like refused to like answer his calls. Like I blocked his number, and like he would message me on Facebook, and I would just like not respond to that. And he like sent me flowers to like my sorority house that I was living in last year, and just like you could tell like he really cared. So then like of course like I wanted to like talk. So then I did start talking to him, and we got back together. But I feel like it is like it just all builds up, and he's like really not nice, and then I'll break up with him because of that, and then like he knows he like messed up, so then he'll do things like buy me flowers and like, you know, call my friends to like have me text him, or like hold like just kind of do whatever he can to get back with me, but that's always after like something happens, I guess.
Well, what have you done to make sure that you're safe? Or do you feel unsafe with him?
Sometimes I do. I feel like it's just definitely when he's drinking. Like, I feel like when we're having a normal conversation, he'll just get mad and leave. But, like, definitely when he's drinking, sometimes I get afraid, like, what he's going to do, I guess. Like, how mad he'll get.
Sure. So it sounds like some of the things that he's doing, I don't know if you've ever looked into the cycle of abuse or the cycle of domestic violence, but it sounds like that you've kind of maybe experienced some of that at your own house.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to be really careful about how you progress with this relationship, and kind of, you know, look into some of those things and kind of how you're going to keep yourself safe, because your safety is the main priority.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you feel if you couldn't be safe in this situation? What would you do?
I don't know. I honestly like have not really thought about that. I just kind of hoped it didn't like escalate to something I couldn't handle. But I feel like this weekend kind of showed me that like I'm not really sure if I know who he is or like what he's capable of doing.
Sure. Well, let's talk about kind of a safety plan, and then we can maybe elaborate on that a little bit next time. What kind of things do you think you would do to feel safe?
I'm not sure. I guess I would just maybe like try not to be in situations that he is getting drunk, that maybe like we won't hang out on nights like that like if he's drinking, then I actually like, won't go out with him, or maybe like separate myself from that and see if it changes things, or if maybe he's still aggressive at different times or something like that maybe.
Okay. Well, and you can always you can always talk to a victim's advocate surrounding domestic violence. Domestic violence can look like a lot of different things. It doesn't have to be physical.
Mm-hmm.
It can be, emotional and verbal. There's lots of different ways that looks that way. And some of the things that you're telling me about are kind of things that he's kind of grooming you with the flowers, and he's, kind of stalking-like behaviors.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little bit concerning to me.
Okay.
So you can always reach out and file like an emergency protection order and contact the police. We have a 24-hour hotline here, so there's somebody on call at the University Counseling Center 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So those are always safety plans that you can utilize as well. Did you have any questions or concerns or anything you don't feel like we've talked about today, or maybe what we need to work on for next time?
I guess just maybe like, is there anything I can do with him that like, is there like counseling that we could go to?
Sure, you guys could come in here together. I like to meet with everybody individually first to kind of get their side of the story, and then I like to bring you together as a couple. He's a student here, so he's eligible for the same resources you are.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, absolutely, that's something that we could work on.
Because like I definitely still want to be in a relationship with them. Like I know like
Sure.
I love him and he loves me, and like I want things to work out. But
Sure.
like you're saying, like I want to feel safe and I want to feel like it's
Right.
healthier relationship. But
Right, and
I want
that's
things
my
to
first
work.
priority is your health and your safety. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Thank
And if
you.
you have any questions, let us know.
Okay. Thank
All right,
you.
Thank you.